Hey loves, it's Angelica. Welcome and welcome back. And in today's video, we are doing a styling video that I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to be doing two different versions of my favorite high puff. This is my favorite thing to do when my hair is very frizzy, when it is not defined, when I have just washed my hair and only put moisturizer and there is zero definition. Or when it is super defined, it can literally work in any way you like. It looks amazing whether your hair is short or long. So I thought I'd share my favorite style. So with this one, I get a big section of hair at the crown of my head and I leave hair all around the sides. And I am just tying it up with a satin scrunchie, and you see how I tie it. It's very easy. I wrap it around twice at the base and then once at the top to give it quite a lot of height because I don't want the height to disappear. You don't have to use a silk scrunchie, but because of the nature of the style, I would suggest you use it just so you protect your hair, but you can use whatever you have. So this is what I did, and then I wanted to deal with the hair on the sides by itself. Now, I do post videos all about growing long, healthy, thick hair on this channel on twice a week, every single week, and occasionally on Friday I do post an extra video. So if that seems interesting to you, consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button right down there and hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. So here now I'm getting my infinity spray bottle. I love this, or continuous spray bottle, whatever you want to call it. It's a very, very fine mist like Febreze or something. And I love this bottle because it doesn't spray too much water on at once, and it sprays an even amount all around my hair. So I'm going ahead and spraying a generous amount all around my head, and I'm focusing this closer to my roots because I don't want the ends of my hair to get wet, because there'll be shrinkage that's going to be really different in different areas and it just doesn't work. And now I'm getting this very soft boar bristle brush that I got from Amazon. It is a really, really nice soft brush. I like to use it for my hairstyles like this that don't need a lot of like flattening. I have super thick hair, so if I wanted to do like a sleek ponytail or something, which I honestly don't even do, but if I wanted to do that, this would not be the brush for that because it's very light and soft. Now I'm just taking these little hairs down the sides because I like to define these hairs, add a little bit of flair to the style. They make it look a little bit more fun instead of like perfectly up together and like put together. So I always get two little hairs on the sides, and it doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't have to be a straight line, and I actually prefer it not to be like a straight line down because it looks very like forced. I like to make this kind of U/V shape over when I'm getting the hair out so that as I'm styling it, it looks like the pieces just fell. And now I'm using my trusty Eco Styler gel. I know a bunch of naturals stopped using this after all the drama. I have not found a gel that works better for my hair than this one, and I feel perfectly fine when I use it. My hair does not get damaged. Some people were saying they get headaches or something. I've never experienced anything like that. Don't know what that was about. I still use this gel. I am thinking of trying Wetline Extreme Gel, but I'll only try it when it's available to me because I wouldn't want to buy a tiny container, and paying for the full one would make me pay like 5 times the price or more, only because it's going to be heavy and I don't want to ship it to me. So until I find it locally, I'm not going to be using it. So yes, I just put a little bit of gel. As you can see, I didn't put that much. I put very little just between the palms of my hands, just to add a little bit of hold and smoothness to the edges of my hair because my hair is naturally very, very frizzy. I don't have a super defined curl pattern. And now I'm going to be using my favorite silk/satin scarf, and I'm just rolling it up to this thickness. If your hair is shorter, I suggest you use about half the thickness of this. Roll it up to about half the thickness so that you can't see it a lot when the style is done. So here I just crossed it over and then I dropped it again so you could see what I was doing. I'm putting it up one side as I'm holding with my hair. I prefer not to tie or clip this hair off because the silk is so like slippery. It's going to slip off if I don't have the resistance of my hair being out. So you just have to work with it depending on how long your hair is. So once I reach the top, I keep pushing it back and then tightening it as much as I want, as you can see. And you see that hair tie in the middle gives it a lot of height. And so I just tie it at the back twice, and then the end pieces that are hanging out, I just tuck them underneath the same tie. As you can see, it's a big bunch of hair, like a huge puff. I didn't do like a tight pony or puff, and this is also very gentle on the hair. It's why I like it. It's very loose. Like if I pulled it off, it would easily come off. So here now you can see I just pull my hair, stretch it around, and then I'm removing the hair tie from the middle. If you want, you can leave it to give the puff a little bit more height, but I like mine to not be extremely high, but I do like it to have a lot of volume. If I could have that exact same height with the volume of when it's down, I would absolutely do that, and maybe when my hair is longer I can do that. But for now, I do take the silk scrunchie out, and then you see I just continue to like separate my hair, not necessarily separate, I just kind of fluff it out with my hands and also with a comb a little bit. And this just, I love this hairstyle because it just works. Whether your hair is looking really bad that day or your hair is looking amazing, you can really make it work. Just pull those little hairs around, and then we are going to move on to the hairs on the sides. They're not going to stay like that. That looks crazy. I just leave them out and deal with them at the end. So there, as you can see, I've stretched the hair, pulled it around, made it a nice shape, the shape that I want. You can make it more circular, you can make it more high, more like cone-like. You can shape it however you want. And this is just the shape that I prefer to do for myself. So once I'm done shaping all my hair nicely exactly the way I want, I go back in with the same brush I used earlier on and just brush around the perimeter of my hair. And now it's time to work with these little side tendrils that I want to make. So first I just wet the hair thoroughly with the spray bottle. I just spray both sides, and then it is time for the gel. Now, this is my favorite part. I just go ahead and I am very generous with the gel, especially at my roots, because my hair gets very, very puffy very easily and very frizzy by my roots. And because it's such a small section of hair, I don't mind slathering the gel on. It doesn't cause any like excess dryness or anything like that. Not to mention, I don't do this style every day, so there's not this much manipulation on this hair a lot. I do this like once every, whenever I'm going out, maybe in a couple weeks or something. It's really not something I do all the time. So I'm generous. I put most of the product on the roots, and I don't even put any product on the ends, because all the product that I'm putting from the roots, I just continue to drag it down to the rest of the hair. And then if I feel like the roots need a little bit more, I go ahead and put a little more. And if there's anything needed at the ends, I just run the excess down, and it gives me that nice little perfect curl. Now, if it's not curling exactly the way you want, maybe you could just do like a finger coil and wrap it around your finger. And depending on the length you want it to be, like if you don't want it to be super defined but you want it to be nice and long, to just add a little bit of length to your hair, I suggest you just run your hands down flat. And you see I continuously do this over and over again, because it smooths all the hair down the shaft and it sticks all the hair together for the nice perfect curl that lasts all day. So I really, really, really like this. If you want, you can go ahead and even add a styling product like the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie first to add a little extra hold, then go ahead with the gel. But it just depends on the day. A lot of the time I'm too lazy. I'm doing this quick. I can get this hairstyle done in under 10 minutes, even 5 minutes. So I just put my gel and then I'm done. I wanted you to see the most realistic version of this. And then here's my second favorite way to wear this hairstyle. It is basically exactly the same as what I've done, except you add a little something different to it. So you add a different scarf. Now, this is one of my favorite scarves I have right now. It's very like, I don't know, it reminds me of like old Italian buildings and art. It's just very, very pretty. It's just very, very pretty. So now I'm doing something similar to what I did, except the scarf is going to only be folded once, as you saw. So I just tied up, and the amount of scarf that you want appearing on your hair is also up to you. I like to keep mine like fairly even between the hair and the scarf, so it's not just like a little bit of hair showing on top. So I like to have it nice and evened out. And as you can see, the edges of this scarf are frayed all around. So depending on the day, sometimes I don't like to have those edges out, so I just kind of like tuck them in. And I also make sure that the edges of these little tendrils that are hanging down are covered, just so that they maintain a nice like flatness and sleekness. So you can see I continue to tuck in all those little frayed edges, and then as I'm shaping my hair, you see me pulling up or pulling down the scarf to make sure that it makes the shape that I want. And at the back, I don't like that like whole V or T shape, so I do tuck that in as well. And now here's the secret. I actually take out the scarf that's holding the hair inside, because one, it adds too much tension, two, it leads to me not getting the exact shape that I want. So after I tuck in all those little frayed edges, you'll see me remove that silk scarf that I used to tie the hair in the puff. I will take it off and it will not be needed, because now this scarf holds the exact shape that was in, and you can go ahead and easily work with your hair without feeling like your hair is a little too tight. You don't want to have a headache when you have your hairstyles. You just want it to be nice and comfortable, but also looking really good. So here again, I just kind of fluff my hair out, stretch it around, pull it around to see that it fits the way I want. And this is the second favorite hairstyle that I totally love. Let me know which one you like better in the comment section below, and hit my face to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning. Also hit the bell icon if you didn't, and watch the videos on the side of the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!